What's going on, family? It's your boy Kendrick.
And Sen,
Mr. Know It All podcast brought to you by Know It All itself. So we get some real sponsors.
yes, sir. That's right.
So we should leave all that in at the beginning. Shit, fuck it. Uh, we are talking about school, and
School.com. Yes,
yeah, we've
sir.
been kind of exploring the thing. We're both from Mosey fans, or we we're up to we watch his content and all that good stuff.
Right.
And school, it's almost seemed like I thought it was this the other day. It always feels like they target me with the ads. It's like, oh, I flip cars and car sales and everything. And they be like, oh,
Mhm.
we need car salesmen on school. Like it'd be like direct ads. I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm being targeted right now. But the idea, ever since they launched it, which I feel like they launched it maybe a year or two ago, it's kind of been
Mhm.
interesting, but also I really didn't know how it worked, and I still don't really know how it works. I'm just gonna say, just try something out.
Yeah,
So, the original idea was to go with sales and things like that. But like, when I was actually going through ChatGPT, shout out to AI, he's like, you know what, it might be a good idea to just kind of do the whole little community thing you was talking about. It's crazy how like it remembers your conversation now.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because it
it's
even
getting
suggested the
good.
name, like, oh, what about what is it? Society of No. And I'm like, well, damn, you remember that from the Instagram and shit like that? It's kind of crazy. So actually, the reason why I ended up landing on that is because a conversation with AI say like, hey, that might not be a bad idea,
Right.
basically. And I was like, okay, and if it's something that it can be broader than just sales, it kind of be something that we've been talking about anyway, just creating a community at the end of the day of,
Yeah,
like-minded people and people who want to be successful, and it doesn't have to necessarily be car sales. It could be just anything, 'cause a lot of those skills are transferable.
absolutely. Yeah, and I, like you said, you know, have seen school and Alex talking about it and whatnot. Um, but I don't really know much about it. Do you? What do you know about it?
Well, I know it's just basically it's just a platform of groups. It's almost like he was doing a Facebook group even, but it's more like they have the systems in it for you to monetize it, and they have different things because it's educational based, right? Like you can sign up different things to learn different things.
Mhm.
That's what's kind of what makes it different. And you can have a free group, you can have a one with a paid membership, pay yearly, this and that. One thing I always thought was really interesting is whenever you see the ads for a school, it's advertised for people to go to school and make money instead of for people like customers to go to school to like be educated in something.
Right. Yeah,
You
that
know,
is interesting.
actually makes me think if there's two different sets of ads, one for the consumer and one for people can now look up a bunch of business stuff. So maybe this is my algorithm
Right.
to like, hey, this person might want to start a business instead of, join a group for something.
Yeah.
It makes me think, is there that other set or they more just want the people who creates their school to advertise for them as far as that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking that as well, because I mean, obviously, you can't really have any customers or anything if you don't have anyone teaching anything.
Hmm.
And so yeah, maybe they just focus directly on the people that create these groups and hope that yeah, just hope that they will, or not even hope, but like just um you know believe that they will, do the advertising
Hmm.
themselves for their own groups.
This is interesting. I've never seen business, I'm sure there has been, but I haven't seen one that just clearly are advertised to be like, hey, join this and make money, build your community, you can make it. Because they literally they'll be on it, like, oh, this person makes 10 grand a month. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like they're not hiding the fact that it's money based for people on there, or it's very incentivized to join school because you can get paid from it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny, but I see the ads almost like, damn, you're not worried about people thinking like, hey, they're doing this strictly for money, or maybe they're saying, hey, I mean, it is what it is, especially if you're at the end of the day, if you're providing real content, real knowledge, you know,
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
I know you gotta get paid for your time at the end of the day. So,
Right. Yeah.
so I feel like me going broader with the school, with the name and everything, it kind of made it a little more confusing because if I made it just, car sales university, my content on there would have been pretty simple, it's just car
Yeah.
sales stuff. No,
Just
but
yeah.
it would have been really limited, but it would have been simple. With Know-It-All, I could still technically do the sales, but it could be so much bigger than just
Yeah.
car sales. Because we can go have a course about sales. It don't have to be about car sales. Sales is sales at the end of the day. You sell cars, you sell retail, real estate. Like it's different, but at the end of the day, it's the same. A lot of the stuff is the same.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
now with it being know-it-all, it can be, this, but also we can get into, something I want to talk about later, which is like mentality, how you think.
Hmm.
We get into physical health, mental health, thinking and all type of stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. The whole circle, the whole pie.
Hmm. The whole thing, we can show what it means to be a know-it-all, which we've
Right.
had conversations back in the past, recently about. Uh, One thing, like I said, this actually what made me think of is one of the topics I wanted to go over was mentality. I was thinking, I was at the gym earlier today, and I was like, man, if I wasn't so tired, I would be so much like better in the gym, right?
Mm. Hmm.
And I said, but you know what? That's really just an excuse. Like I don't give myself like that. I'm like, yeah, I got kids, like, yeah, I work a lot, but I could still hit the gym consistently. You know,
Yeah.
there's ways for do. There's people that are way busier than me that hit the gym and do way more stuff. And still have the time to do what they want to do. So like,
Hmm.
yeah, like I am tired. Like I feel tired from time to time, but at the end of the day, I'm just kind of using that as a crutch to be like, oh, if I wasn't so tired, I'd be in the gym more. Like,
Right.
really
Yeah.
just an excuse.
I feel that. Yep. I definitely do that as well. And it's something that continuously working on. I don't think it'll ever be something that I'm just completely, you know, have completely eradicated from my life. I think that I'll
Hmm.
always probably, make excuses to some degree, but it's that kind of being able to overcome them.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah,
And
but
overcoming it, I think that's the perfect way to say it. I mean, and sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes you are so tired that hell you're not gonna make it in that day. You know,
there are
it
those
is what it
days.
is.
Yeah.
You're gonna have those days. Realistically, it just is what it is. That's life. But it's just not letting that day turn to 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I think is where you really have to make that put in that effort to stay
Yep.
consistent and stay on things. You're always gonna have a bad day. That's just life. It's never not gonna have a bad day.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So, mentality and then just wanting to get better. It's physically, mentally, continually like growing. I think it's the one really big aspect of the things that we talk about.
Hmm.
We even talk about how know it all, just like kind of a lifelong mission type of thing.
Yep.
Like it's never like if you want a finish line, it's not really it because you always just want to be better. Even if you up 100 million, you want to be better. Even if you like super ripped up, you want to be better in somewhere somehow. Because that's just kind of the point of it. Is to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
continuously
And that's
grow.
the thing. Um, I mean, yeah, even like you know, there is we have obviously have our goals and they're set high. Um, but that's the thing. Even once I could compare it to like someone that yeah, that's in the gym, you know, and a bodybuilder or something. They're they reach a point where they are at the top of their game, the peak.
Hmm.
But they still keep going, they never stop. They
Sure.
never you have to continue even once you have reached your goals, it is definitely part of um just you stop using it and it goes away. You have to
Hmm. Basically,
yeah, you have to continue or you know
yeah, just
yeah,
deflate
stuff will just
basically.
it'll just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that, I always think about like the brain at some sorts because I've had like family members, I'm obviously not a doctor or nobody, but like I'm using my grandma for example. My grandma really started having struggles with like her memory and things like that. But at a certain
Hmm.
time, after my grandma retired, she stopped doing stuff. She
Right.
stopped going out. She stopped like having hobbies and things. She stopped going to work. So I think she just didn't have a reason to leave the house. So
Yeah.
she started to deteriorate a lot. And that's why I think, like the brain is like a muscle, man. You have to just keep using it, keep challenging
Absolutely.
it, or it's gonna just kind of go to a point where you can't get it back. And obviously it's probably other stuff that goes into it, medically and everything. But I've seen her like just stop doing stuff and then her health just deteriorate after years. You know.
Hmm.
And I was thinking like, okay, whenever I get to a point where I'm chilling, I want to still be able to do something because I ain't saying work forever, but do something that challenges you and still can make your brain move and work your brain out. Because just like the muscles, if you're not using it, it's gonna just like kind of go.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, and that you know ties back into to yeah, that's with everything, business included. uh we can, I mean, I guess there are sometimes, I mean, it can be from person to person in a way. A business can be sold. So
Hmm.
if that's your goal, then then uh then I guess once it is sold, then it kind of is like that's kind of the end of it, at least for you. But whoever you sell it to will probably be continuing it. Um, but yeah, I mean, for Know-It-All though, it's not something that I think either of us really see as a business that we look to sell in the future, but rather just continuously grow. Um,
100%. Now I do have a quick hypothetical.
yeah.
If somebody said, "Hey, here's 10 billion right now,
Mm.
know it all." It's a tough
Well,
one, ain't it? Hey, I'm good
yeah.
looking for 10 billion. 10 bill.
I
Yeah,
think
your
I think
family
at
family's
this
good at 10 bill.
I will admit at this point I would probably say yes, just
Hmm.
because, you know, it's still very young, and there's not, it's not like we have, um, we can quickly start again. It's not like
Yeah,
we've created something that is has yet to become something that would take years to rebuild again. It's a lot of it is just our knowledge and intelligence, um, at this point. And so, like 10 million, yeah, we can just take that and we could just turn around and create a new business. Um, and I mean, yeah, especially with that capital,
yeah. Yeah, I even
we'd
said I
probably,
said 10 bill with a B.
oh, billion. Oh, well,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I'd
Yeah.
take 10 million.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's
uh,
good. Like, okay, let's say, and I already got way off point, but say we sunk 20 years in it. We got it to a point where it's worth 1 billion, but a dude came along and said, "Hey, I think I could turn this to a thing that's gonna make so much money. I give you 10." So it's worth a billion. You got money in your pocket.
mhm,
You have some real good money in your pockets, like you can live comfortably for the rest of your life. Dude said, "Hey,
right.
10 billion right now, sell it."
If if it if we've grown it to be worth a billion, I think that I probably wouldn't sell it.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, that is some crazy money, but at that point, we've already proven that, you know, the business itself can create that money. And so we don't really need for someone to, you know, um, give us money for it. It produces its own money. Uh,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, I don't know if he actually said this. This might have just been from the movie The Social Network. It might have not been something that Mark Zuckerberg actually said, but it might have been though. But a quote, um, of his, he said that, you know, someone offered him a lot of money. I think it was like Yahoo or something offered him like, you know, maybe $1 billion or something like that for Facebook when it was still pretty young. And the other investors that had invested in Facebook already, they were like, Mark, he immediately, was like, no, we're not selling. And the other
Yeah.
investors, were like, wait a minute, maybe we should
Yeah.
think about this. That's quite a bit of
Yeah.
money.
What are you
And
talking
he
about now?
said, well, I don't really, he's like, that is a lot of money, but like, really what I want is a company.
Hmm.
So what am I gonna do with $1 billion? Like, I'm just gonna go and build another company. But I kind of like the company that I've already built. So it's like,
Hmm.
and I get that, it's not really,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
definitely it's about the money for sure. Like that
Hmm.
is definitely a big part of it. But it's like it's also about the thing that you've created itself. Um, And that's the thing, like, yeah, sure, could sell it and create a new business, but it's like I kind of like the business that I've already built,
Hmm.
and it's already making me a lot of money. So I don't see, you know, to me, I don't think I would.
I don't think so either. You know, a big thing with Know-It-All that we talked about is its ability to build like businesses under it, right? It's kind of like the mothership to the all the stuff we want to do, from the music industry stuff to some other things I'm sure we'll get into one day. But I could see it being like, hey, we built this other business under Know-It-All, though. it's cool, but we don't really want to do it no more, but it's worth some money. We could just sell it off and take
Right.
a payday or whatever we want to do. We just like, hey, it's worth something. We built it up to a point. Hey, we can sell this one more than selling Know It All itself. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And see, like that would make sense to me. You know,
yeah.
that would be something where I'd be like, yeah. It's like, yeah, especially if it's a business that's like, we built it, but it's not, it got to a point where we're like, we want to focus more on other things now.
And
Um,
like so like it's doing good, but we're not paying attention to it, so they could do so much better. If somebody actually pay attention to it, type of
right.
situation. Like, hey, we made our money back and hopefully exit, or hell, I'm sure there'll be a
Yeah.
situation where we put a business, it's making money, but we probably put much more than we want into it. And we was like, hey, let's just get rid of it, not worth our time anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll get to see that,
Yep.
we
No,
would just let's be
that
done
would
with.
be definitely would be something that would make sense to me.
Mhm. Especially when we started getting into that. Oh, we actually putting money into something. We really making money. Man, let's sell this off for 10 million real quick. All right. Like, all right, cool.
Right. Yep.
Um, I would think another thing that I think is pretty ingrained in what we're trying to do is being able to be free. I think at the end of the day, it's about like I'm gonna say it's about like I don't really think we're doing it for money. We just the things we want to do, you probably need some money to do it type of
Hmm.
situation. But at the end of that thing, we all just want like to be able to be free, be able
Right.
to be wherever we want. Like I always think it'd be cool, like, hey, you in Germany and I'm in France for whatever reason. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
whatever little side things we're doing, little whatever we're doing. Maybe we have some fashion shows in France or something. It's just what
Right.
we're doing that day. But we're able to do that and make money and be comfortable and just be doing what we want to do
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Because right now, working a 9 to 5, cool little 9 to 5, but boy, it's a 9 to 5. It's really longer than that,
Right.
really
Right.
more hours. So it's like it's cool. I get cool perks too, I make good money, but I want to be able to jet off. Like I have to ask somebody, I gotta go on vacation. That's
Yeah.
pretty trash.
Hmm.
Can I go to Texas for a weekend? That's crazy. That's wild. Like you really think about it. It's like
It really
I have
is.
to ask to spend my own money and go somewhere from
Yep.
a company. That's I mean, one of the main things I always wanted to be at is just be able to move and come and go as I please, you
Yes.
know. And to be there, you kind of got to be the boss.
Yep. Right.
It
Yeah.
was there was a book I always think about. Can't remember. I think it's in my garage. If I remember, I'll say it later. But it was basically saying how a lot of businesses are big because they want to seem big. Like they have a lot of employees. But he's
Mm-hmm.
saying how you don't need a ton of people. If you have like five experts, it's better than having 50 just people, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And I always like to think about that. Like he's able to go small. You have more flexibility, it's more comfort in that than having to take care of 100 plus people. If you had a strong team of 25, that everybody knows what they're doing, everybody's paid well, everybody's taken care of, and they're the top in their professions, they probably can do more than five people in that same position, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. And you can move just a lot faster when you don't have
Hmm.
so many people that, you have to, yeah, take care of or so
And
many
be
chains
accountable
of
of,
command.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can really just, go and talk to everyone all at once, really.
Hmm.
Or, you know,
Have better communication.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that really does, speed. Speed is very important in,
Yeah.
business, especially startups and stuff. New businesses, it plays a very big role, big factor. If you're slowed down, uh, that's when, you know, big companies that are able to, already are established and can move slow. Um, that's when they're gonna, you know, push you out of the market because you weren't able to actually, you know, do something before they
Yeah.
could do it. But
100%. That reminds me of I seen a story, it was a long time ago, it was about Amazon. And there was like
mm,
a diaper company, right? It might have been like LivyDiapers.com. I don't remember.
yeah.
Um, and I want to say Amazon tried to acquire them, and the diapers.com was like, nah, we're good. And I
Mm.
think how it worked, Amazon just lowered their price on diapers so low that it basically ran them out of business. Like I might be mistaken on this story, but I remember that clearly. Like it was something like that. They tried to acquire them. Amazon just started offering it, said, and just cut them, just completely took them out of business.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy what like a giant can do to you.
Right. No,
Like,
really.
like, oh, you want to play ball? Okay, this is take him. That's some. It's really like some mafia type stuff. This is take him out. He want to do business, take him out. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It really is. It really that that really is like, a big thing.
Yeah,
Um,
the mob, man. I was thinking is, Bezos is my favorite billionaire, but
mhm.
is the Amazon not a monopoly? Isn't that like the definition of monopoly? A business that does everything, or like owns
Man,
everything?
I know, yeah. And uh, it probably is. It probably is. Um,
No, not the
and you
dry
know what's
snitch on him.
what's that?
Said not to dry snitch on him, but I was thinking about that.
No, yeah, it really is. And I mean, yeah, Amazon, yeah, they're like, they're like a big example. But there's a lot that are like that. Even I mean, I feel like Amazon's just like, yeah, it's kind of like almost like obvious. So it's just like, oh yeah, damn, this
It's
this this is a monopoly. But no one's saying anything about it.
it says
But
one company that controls the entire supply of a good or service. So that's probably the only thing they say that they don't control all of everything, but like they have their hand in everything at this point.
yeah, right.
I see Amazon Pharmacy, but then that made me start thinking
Yeah,
too. It's like, well, if that's the case, then I guess you have to say the same thing about Walmart, because Walmart has all these things as well. Now Amazon's
right.
like in the car market now. Walmart does like mechanic work,
Yeah,
but they don't straight up sell cars. At least to my knowledge, you never know, but they might sell cars at this point
right.
somewhere. But yeah, I mean, Amazon's in every single thing at this point.
Yeah, it really is. Um, and that's the crazy thing. Speaking of Walmart, actually, I mean, yeah, that's the one thing that Amazon hasn't quite, they are moving into that space more, but they haven't like, they're not quite as big as like Walmart is,
Mhm.
yet. But with the physical stores, in-person stores, um, that's one thing that Walmart definitely, I mean, that's really their whole thing. But
Mhm.
until nowadays, now they have, Walmart.com. I mean, it's basically like Amazon.
Yeah, it's
They
basically Amazon.
they sell
I don't
stuff on there that they don't even sell in store.
I don't think it's as smooth as Amazon is, but it does the same thing at this point.
Right. Right. Yeah,
You
I
can tell
agree.
it's like the you can tell that it's the second to the physical store, where Amazon is literally all online. I wonder
Yeah.
if Amazon will ever go physical store, like
Well, see,
actual
that's
physical Amazon.
yeah. I mean, I don't know where, but I feel like I have seen things
They
online
have,
about Amazon creating physical stores.
they had like a grocery store. I think they still like doing that idea where like
Right.
there's not even the cashiers. There's just somehow they know that you took it, and you just walk
Yeah.
out and they charge your account.
Yeah, they've got like the cameras and stuff that like
Mhm.
watch you and like
And I think you have to
yeah,
scan
see
in
everything you
too, like you
picked
scan in
up.
with your Amazon account, and then just it knows what you pick up and put back.
Right. And crazy enough, I'm pretty sure I don't know if he owns it through Amazon, but I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos owns Whole Foods.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, you
He
know,
picks interesting things to buy because I know he also owns like the Washington Journal, the newspaper.
right. Yeah.
He picks different things. I won't say weird. He picks different things to like buy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's, different reasons for it. I'm sure he's probably seen those companies as companies that he can probably expand upon and make more money with. But I'm guessing he also probably has some other, plans up his sleeve as well for,
Mhm.
like yeah, with Whole Foods, he instead of just creating a new store, if he just buys an already established store and then just adds other things that he would want to do in his own store, you know,
Yeah.
that
No, funny enough, we're talking about this is we've have actually turned into like Amazon grocery shoppers. So it's actually so look, cause it makes it easier for her, 'cause with the two kids and everything, she don't have to go to the store no more.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, literally like she orders it, and it's usually because it takes a little bit to so it's like she orders it. It usually comes like early in the morning the next day, and we get there. It's literally like just tons of bags, and they're actually nice like insulated bags because they're groceries and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're insulated. And one thing I think is really smart they do, they just like freeze water bottles and put them in the bag to keep it cold.
Oh nice.
Yeah, I feel like that was a pretty smart way to do it. So I'm sure getting water bottles is super cheap.
Right. So this is through Amazon though that you order groceries or
And they get it from
really?
stores, and it's what made me think about it because whenever you shop it through, it has like Whole Foods stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
Plus it gets from other stores as well. I'm assuming. I'm not sure if they also have their own. Hell, they even have some of their own like brands. Like I got my dog some dog snacks, it's Amazon dog snacks, the peanut
Oh yeah.
butter dog cookies. Yeah, so they even got that too, where it's just their product straight up.
That's interesting. Yeah. No, two things that you just made me think of actually. One, going back to the whole monopoly thing. Recently I watched this video. It was oh, what is it? It was just like a talk given by Peter Thiel. Um, I think he gave it at Stanford or Yale. I forget which one. Um, but he was just talking to a classroom. It wasn't like a big speech or anything. He was just talking to like a specific class. But he was talking about how, and it's funny that uh, he can just like say this in a way, but he was like, the only thing that you should be focused on in business is creating a monopoly. That's literally what
Mm.
his whole thing was. He was like, you want to create a monopoly.
Right.
Even though which is like, I get what he's saying. I get where he's coming from, but it is also kind of crazy because, under under U.S. law and stuff, I mean, a monopoly is technically illegal. We have laws and stuff against that. Um, so for him to just be like telling these students and stuff that they need to create a monopoly, it's kind of funny. But
That's funny. Like a TED Talk,
yeah, it
or
it was
just
kind of like a TED talk, like, but not like something so official like that. It was more just like
mm,
for like some class at a university. Um, but he was just like a guest speaker type of
right.
thing. But but yeah, at the same time, like I get what he means, and like he was saying, actually, he was like, all these big companies, they once you become a monopoly, like he gave Google as an example. He was like, like they once you get to that point where you are kind of the monopoly business in a certain market, um, you kind of act like you're not. You kind of be like, oh no, look, we've got all this other competition and stuff. All these other people doing stuff that we're doing. We don't control the market and things like that. But
Mm,
but then smaller businesses, when they're trying to get investors, they'll act like they are the monopoly. They're like, "Oh yeah,
mm,
no one else is doing it like we're doing it," you
right,
know. So it's this funny kind of like thing where it's like, you know, before you are the monopoly, you're trying to act like you are. That way, people will invest in you and think that you're gonna control this whole market or something. But then when you actually do, uh, you have to tell everyone that that you don't. That way, you don't get you know the some lawyers or something suing you for
right.
being a monopoly. Um, the SEC or something coming after you or something like that. Um,
Yeah, you got to assume like right, Vince is the biggest Amazon. They already have that covered for reason why they're not, and the very good lawyers they have to back up, to defend the reason why they're not, even though they probably technically are.
right, right, yeah. No, yeah. A good lawyer, man, worth a lot.
Yeah, to cover your butt. You don't got to
Yep.
worry about a lot of stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
I wonder if Bezos at this point is even still owner of Amazon. I feel like he sold off a good chunk of it, didn't he?
I think he did. I think he did sell quite a bit, and he stepped down as CEO. He's not CEO anymore. I think that
Yeah, they
I'm pretty
said
sure
him
he's
he owns less than 10% of
okay.
it now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm sure he still owns a bit, but yeah, yeah. Less than 10% sounds yeah, that sounds
Yeah, he's
right.
still the chairman of it and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
Um,
let's see.
but yeah, I guess he's just, I mean, I'm sure he's just, you know, living the good life to some degree, but I think
Oh,
also, focusing on other companies and stuff. I mean, if he's got his Blue Origin and uh AWS, I'm pretty sure that's really become like more of a focus for him. It's crazy actually. I recently found out that AWS, their Amazon Web Services, or
yeah, I've heard about this.
I forget if it's actually
But
web
before you
services
go
or
too far on
something.
that one, it says Amazon is worth $2 trillion.
2 trillion? That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be that crazy of a number. I mean, 10% of 2 trillion. got to be up 10%, 2 trillion. It's got to be crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I guess their AWS like business is like actually their biggest like profitable business. Like cuz their Amazon, the website and people buying online and stuff, um does a crazy amount of revenue, but the actual profit margins are not like, you know, the biggest. They're pretty small, to be honest. But
Yeah.
AWS, well, it doesn't do as much revenue. I saw something recently that it was like it does a lot. It's like the main profitable company for Amazon actually, which was kind of interesting. But at the same time, kind of makes sense. Um,
So what exactly is AWS?
from what I understand is that it's just like server centers, uh, these big warehouses with computer servers in them, and it's basically to store giants amount of data in the cloud. That's my what I understand about it, basically. That might not be completely correct, but um, I don't know. I could actually do a
Yeah,
quick
I'm kind of
search.
looking at it right now. I'm reading it, but I'm still not getting it. I get that it's a cloud service and it has a lot of AI going on with it too.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, so like for example, a uh, a company, um, that has a lot of data, um, has like a large website, a website that has a lot of people using it daily. Um, it needs a lot of it does you don't want to shut down the website because so many people are using it, which happens if
Yeah.
your server is not strong enough. So basically what they do is like rent out. And yeah, what I just looked up what is AWS, and that's kind of its little overview. Is it says uh it's an on-demand cloud computing platform that allows individuals, businesses, and governments to rent remote servers, storage, and databases. Um, so yeah, it's basically instead of having to own your own servers, which are expensive, or trying to store all of your data on one server or something like that. It's basically like a just yeah rent a server kind of thing.
Mm.
Um, which crazy enough, I think Amazon was really one of the first companies to really do that. Uh, or the first like real company to do it.
Hmm.
Which is kind of interesting. I don't know if that uh, don't quote me on that, to be honest, but I feel like I have seen some things talking about that, about how it was really, which is interesting because it's like I feel like that's such a new company. It really is such a new company, and you know, I guess sometimes I still like, I guess really like computers themselves, really haven't been around that long. But it does seem so crazy that it's like what what did companies do before, before something like AWS existed. They really just had their own servers and stuff, a bunch of computers and whatnot, and it just
Right.
seems kind of crazy sometimes.
It's crazy. It is crazy how stuff goes. It goes fast too. Like technology grows so quickly.
Yeah.
You can go from even when you talking about AI, like AI's been around for a long time, but for it to like being like for the public to use, like a normal person to just use it, you
Hmm.
know, that's pretty new. But it went from like you can clearly tell that some mistake to being like, I don't know. Like there's been so many
Right.
times I've seen a video, I said, hey, I have no clue if this is real or not.
I
I used
know.
to be able to believe, at least believe I could tell the difference pretty easily. Now
Yeah.
it's like I truly couldn't tell you. Like some of these videos are so crazy. I would assume it was real.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah. AI really did. It really is something that, especially like, I mean, especially since it's happening now, and while I am at the age that I'm at and everything, watching it in real time, uh, it really is quite crazy how fast it's moving and growing
yeah, it's going
and
extremely
and
quick.
changing. Yeah.
And you see people just having different ideas with it, how to do, like I've seen somebody recently, like they're doing movies now where
Mm.
like it's not even the whole movie, just parts of the movie they're just doing strictly AI on
Yeah.
with real actors and stuff, and then they'll AI somebody else in. Or I even been seeing like commercials where they'll AI celebrity, and I think James Harden had one
Oh,
where he's
really?
like, yeah, and I'm assuming he just licensed his image out or whatever. But he
Yeah.
don't now, like they could just do that. You don't have to show up to like shoot a commercial. They just like, hey, let me AI you, and
That
that's
is,
it.
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's pretty wild, man. It's crazy what you can do now. And I bet you, I wonder if you know how they have like if you were a rapper, somebody could own your like masters, or
Yeah.
if somebody could own like your AI rights.
Right. No, yeah, I would love to see the contracts around that.
Yeah.
And like, what does that entail?
Like, can
Because,
can anybody else use you now that you signed this contract for me? Or
right, right, yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, no, that is pretty crazy.
I want to say it was a Super Bowl commercial. It was probably like one of the, I feel like they made a big deal about it. Like it was one of the first like AI commercials, or maybe like the first one like that had like a celebrity in there.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure it was James Harden.
Oh, really?
I'm almost certain it was James Harden who did it. Which is, I mean, hey, I mean, it's different. Like, where we go point? All we want to do is stop. Like, you start getting AI like sports games and stuff instead of athletes really hooping. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Like, honestly, I mean, that is something crazy to think about. Like, yeah, if movies, if they become where it's just like eventually movies are completely made with AI, um, you know, how long I feel like it's not even a question of like if, but almost of just like when, um, you know, sports, sports being AI, and whether or not they'll make, you know, a basketball game that's AI or football game that's AI, but um maybe they would even make like new sports or something like that. New fake AI sports. Because I guess to some degree, or to quite a bit of a degree, sports for a lot of people is just entertainment, but it's also like, it's it is being um like, you know, knowing the actual players and keeping up with them and stuff like that. It's more than just like watching a movie um with characters. It's these are actual like athletes and stuff that it's like, not exactly the same. Some people though, it isn't. It basically is the same. Like it's like they just kind of watch it just for fun and don't really care about um who the players are or anything. And so like in that sense, you know, I could definitely see. I could see, there being some, just some sports game just being completely AI, and people watching it, to be honest. Maybe not a lot of
Yeah,
people, but I could see some people doing that. It's just a little crazy to think about.
cool. So, but it's talking about AI, I feel like it's almost like the biggest, like, I guess, what if, because it's like, okay, we know it's here. I thought was really funny too was how like somebody like Elon, his behavior he really gotta be worried about AI, but then he's still like very much involved in AI,
Mm,
like creating it and using it.
right.
But he's like, hey, we should really worry about it. I think that's, I don't know, to me that's ironic. It's like maybe he just don't want to not be involved because I think it's coming no matter what.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
like, man, it's kind of spooky though. That's to me, it's funny.
Right. Yeah. No, it's kind of funny. But yeah, no, I think you are right. Actually, I think that it is kind of like he realizes, or at least he feels that it's kind of inevitable type of thing.
Hmm.
Um, so instead of, well, while it is, yeah, it's like, well, it's kind of, we don't really know exactly what it will be capable of, or we can kind of imagine what it could be capable of. Um, though, yeah, we're probably trying to hope that it's not gonna do necessarily everything that it could be capable of.
Hmm.
Um, but just like still understanding that it's like, okay, well, it is like coming. It's gonna happen, so might as well be a part of it, to try to maybe push it in a direction that he wants to see it, or whoever's involved,
Yeah.
how they want it to go and stuff.
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, I guess it's better to know than not know.
right. Yep. Yeah, definitely. um yeah, and that is the thing. It's like, honestly, while we kind of can imagine a lot of stuff that you know it'll be capable of or could be capable of,
Hmm.
to be honest, we don't know. Like, we don't know everything that it could be capable of. There very well could be, stuff that we couldn't even imagine that it
Right.
could be capable of. um just because, like, yeah, especially like, you know AI, but they also talk about like AGI, I think it is the artificial, what does the G stand for? I forget, but basically where it like actually can think for itself. um and something like that. It's like something that's so powerful and can think for itself. um it could think it could probably think of things far beyond what we can even like think of it being capable of.
Yeah. You know what I think is coming?
Hmm.
AI girlfriends.
Oh yeah.
I think
No,
it's coming. I think it's
yeah.
here. I don't know
Yeah.
how. I promise I don't look up this type of stuff. I would tell you if I was. But there's a dude, and he just makes like robot women. So like the dolls and stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know how it ended my timeline, but I did watch it. I'm not gonna lie. He was talking about how like we got this new material that's supposed to make you lifelike and like they
Hmm.
got moving parts and shit. Like it's only but about amount of time they put a little AI chip in there or whatever, and it's acting like a full-fledged person, you know.
Yeah.
And dude
Right.
be like, "Hey, I'm gonna give me a little robot girlfriend." I mean, I think that's like a couple years, and then you go start seeing them out in public like it's normal.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Which will be kind of crazy
Yeah,
to see
crazy.
that. But no, I completely agree. It really is already here, just like not yeah, not to the degree that it will eventually be. Um, but yeah, I mean honestly that really like robotics in general, um I feel like that will be like the next big thing, especially like with AI. Uh, because like yeah, right now we have like these, you know, language learning models um on like computers and stuff. But yeah, once we're able to like actually put them into like a physical like robot thing, oh man, yeah, that that'll really get crazy.
Yeah, it will be. You know, it will. And that's it. It's already. I mean, it's really just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever seen the? It's like I'm pretty sure it's just a dude. It's like in Atlanta. He dresses up like an alien. You ever seen this dude? Like
I don't know
he
that.
would be at like he would be at like at the Atlanta Hawk games,
Oh,
full
really?
alien outfit. Yeah,
That's crazy. No, I don't think I have seen him.
it is funny because there was on this podcast it's called the A5 South Show. It's a popular black podcast, and just sitting there talking. And he's talking like he's really an alien, right? Like he's oh yeah, that's why we abduct people. He's like a hood alien, basically. It
Really?
is funny. You ever seen the show Futurama?
Yes, I love Futurama.
So I mean, it was basically like that. It was like people, they had like aliens, but like it was just normal, right?
Uh-uh.
Like just sitting on the couch having a normal conversation. I was like, I mean, what if we just get to that point where that's what it's just gonna be with
Yeah.
aliens, AI? We like, I feel like it'd be crazy when the first happen, you'd be scared, you know what happened. But if they cool, you be like, ah, yeah, guess I got an alien homie now. I got a robot homie now.
Yeah, right?
I mean, that's hey, maybe Futurama predicted. They did the Futurama the same people that did The Simpsons.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I think
you know how they always say it's the Simpsons predict the future. Maybe Futurama is the same.
man, I could definitely see it. I could
Yeah,
definitely see it being that. Um,
just if they just be normal, like
right, yeah. Yeah, like Bender, the robot.
yeah.
I
It's just
could,
we just hanging out with a robot now, a cool
yeah,
robot.
right.
It's just all right, yeah. It's just normal.
Yeah.
It's freaky
Yeah.
now. It'll be freaky when the first starts happening, but then you get used to shit.
Right. Yeah, eventually, yeah, it just becomes just the norm. Um, that will be that will be something really interesting to see.
Yeah,
And I think we will. I think we will see that in our lifetime, like some like really just realistic like humanoid robots.
yeah, I
Um
think so.
yeah.
Hey, they got those robots where it's literally like a monthly subscription. It was not like crazy expensive at all, and it's basically like a robot butler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what this company that's doing that. It's literally just it's like maybe like 500 a month type of thing. And like on the commercial even they had the robot doing laundry and shit, you
Right.
know. Just like a
Yep.
robot butler, basically. around the house. I said, man, I mean, it's getting to the point where it's affordable. Like $500, you don't have to be super rich to be able to afford that. It's a car note,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's less than like a maid, or someone that would do that job that you would have to pay them for. Um, like especially in the long run, if you get a robot that, lasts you, you know, never breaks or something. Um,
You know, I have a take that might be a little controversial that I've thought about for a while.
uh,
So you know, Dean, how they say like the main thing about robots is they worry about they will take jobs from humans.
yeah,
I feel like there probably are some jobs they should take.
I would agree. I would agree. Yeah.
I'll do get specific, but I won't get too specific. I don't want to hurt nobody. But there's certain things as humans we should not have to do. Or like I feel like if the option wasn't there, it would make people reach for something else. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like there's some entry level careers or jobs, I should say. I mean, yeah, we'd be okay not letting robots take that shit over. It'd
I
be
agree.
okay.
Yep. Yeah, and I think we will see that. Um, and I think that will definitely come, especially with like the transition to, you know, jobs being taken over by, robots and stuff. I think that transition will be tough, but
Yeah.
um, just because, not that it needs to be tough or anything, but just because that's just how it seems like everything always goes.
Yeah, I think it's always just that fear of not knowing what's going to happen next.
Right,
Like they take your
right,
job, okay, what I'm gonna do. But I think, especially you in a job that like you get a minimum wage for, you got to leave that job. Like,
yeah,
yeah, get a job is a job, and we sometimes, even though even for high school, I must say it's okay for high school, but even for a high schooler, you can probably find a good job nowadays that's not paying you. I think minimum wage is like $7 an hour, 7.50 or something like that, which is
right,
crazy.
yeah,
Fucking nuts. You can sell stuff and make more money than that. I'm sorry. This is what it is.
yeah.
But
No,
you
I
shouldn't be
mean,
settling for minimum wage.
right, especially now, like, man, it really is crazy. Like in the past, you know, 4 to 8 years. Um, t- I mean, really, 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 like when COVID hit. So really, just the past like 6 years. Um, just watching prices go up with everything.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't know anyone or how anyone would be able to survive at all, really, off of minimum wage at 7.25
It's
right now.
it's it's just unrealistic.
Yeah,
No matter, I was about to say high school, but hell, most fast food places now, it's not minimum wage. Only a couple of them. Like, I'm pretty sure
right.
McDonald's starts off higher. I know Chick-fil-A does. Like,
Mm,
at least you're not making minimum. Like, you should never settle for the minimum, no matter what. Like, you can legit probably find something to sell and tell you go cut grass. I mean, you know what I mean? There's so many other ways you can do
yeah,
that. Like, at the end of the day, it's your time. Like, your time is like your most valuable asset. And if you
yeah,
sink in 40 hours and making minimum, I mean, it's gonna be hard to get out of that hole. That's
yeah.
something else to talk about too. Is like how a job can really put you in the hole because you can get dependent on something, but you get dependent on something that's not even taking care of you fully.
Mm,
That's a rough place to be in. But if you quit, you got no money, you got to figure it out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Hell, if you
No,
work so
yeah.
many hours, you might not have enough time to even look for a job because you're so worn out from working your fucking minimum wage job.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's one of those things a job can trap you.
But yeah, I mean, really, like you said, there definitely are places that still will, yeah, they'll try to just give you minimum wage, um, but there's really quite a lot of options as well. Entry level
Uh,
options that, yeah, will pay you more. So, yeah,
Hell, you can
no,
get into
no,
sales. Sales is one of
yeah,
those jobs where it's usually like you can find an entry level pretty easy because the base is low, right? Like at a car lot, your base most likely to be like $2,000 is the minimum you can make, but it
right.
has the option of making so much more. It's what's appealing about it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get code like, hey, I seen one of my dudes checking my job. He made $15,000 last month.
Wow,
That's a good living.
that
You
is.
can live really good like that. He just one of the best, and he does it consistently. It's not just it's a good month, but it's not like it's a rare good month for him. You
Hmm.
know, that's the good thing. But his draw is $1,000. Like he thinks he's a smaller draw because he knows he's gonna make money.
Yeah,
And what he does is good at what he do. But something like that, where hey, if you really actually if something that if you're gonna sink your time into, at least it can pay off big at the end. You know.
yep, yep, exactly. Um, I think I kept talking a bit it, uh, after the call got cut off, actually. Um, but I was wanting to, I was talking about, I started talking about DoorDash, and I was wondering, have you seen, uh, these like DoorDash like stores? They're like dash markets or
Yes.
something like that.
I did DoorDash a little bit, so I've picked up some Dash Smarts before. Dash
Okay,
Smart,
yeah.
whatever they called it.
Yeah, it's interesting, recently another video that I actually watched was about it was people were talking about DoorDash. I don't think it was the CEO, though I have watched a couple videos with him talking about DoorDash itself. But I think this video was just some other people talking about it. They like knew him and stuff, but um like the CEO and stuff, but I don't think it was him actually. Uh, but they were talking about how um, that actually like what DoorDash like how they actually look at themselves is not not just a competitor to like Uber Eats and stuff like that, but their like real like big competitor is Amazon actually.
Really?
And yeah, they actually like are, you know, their goal is to like yeah, like to really like compete against Amazon and take the delivery market. Um,
That's funny. I guess I could see that because the only one that even really could compete with Amazon is DoorDash. 'Cause they're the only one that's faster. You
right.
can you get DoorDash in 30 minutes. You can't really get Amazon that fast.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's kind of like the weird, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like Amazon is like known for um like it's like yeah, like nowadays they have like same day delivery. Like,
Hmm.
you know, like we just recently got
Yeah,
um
we had 3 hours for those mics. Took about 3 hours.
yeah, yeah, crazy. Uh but that's the thing, like um DoorDash, while they're still maybe a little more limited to what they can get you, they're faster. You know, you
Yeah.
can get something even sooner. Yeah, within like, 30 minutes. um, getting something delivered to you.
Funny
Uh,
enough, because DoorDash has always been food, that's what they built it on.
right.
But last week, actually, because I did put any deodorant on, I work at I'm in a suit and tie basically, so
Mhm.
I can't be musty. You know what I mean? That's like
Yeah.
the whole look off. I'm sharp, but I'm musty. But
Yeah.
I realized I didn't put any deodorant on, and I didn't have no cologne. And I was like, you know what? I ended up just door dashing, deodorant and cologne to my job because I can't be musty in my job, of course. And I
Yeah.
was thinking, that's the first time I ever just went did it and bought something not food, but I was like, hey, I can't leave. And they got it to me like 20 minutes. I'm right around the spot from the store that I went to Ulta.
Nice.
And just, I mean, I like, hey, I mean, this is what I need. And, the fees is cheap. I got Dash Pass. So it really just buying, it's like buying the items. They just deliver it to me. Tips the driver, of course.
Yeah.
And had the thing. I was like, that was really, it gets hella convenient. I'm at my job. Didn't have to leave.
Right.
They really paid much more than I have to leave and go up there and all that. I didn't think about that. Something about whenever I'm doing a DoorDash, sometimes I think about the money I'm spending compared to the time I'm saving. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
I could go I love Wingstop, go to Wingstop, pick it up and save a couple dollars, but that's like an hour of time. I'm talking
Hmm.
about going there, picking up, driving back. Instead of doing that, I could just have it ordered. Yeah, I spent, let's say 10 more bucks, but it saves me an hour of
Right.
time. And if is my time for 4 to 10 bucks an hour? I think so.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. Right. No, yeah. And like, yeah, DoorDash is just
I
uh
never thought about them being a competitor. That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. It's pretty wild. I definitely I guess we'll see. But I'm wondering if they are planning like to open up more places like physical stores like they have. I wonder what their plan is with that. Like, are they gonna, you know,
Mhm.
what if they start having like warehouses like Amazon, like Amazon warehouses? Now it's gonna be like DoorDash warehouses. That'd be pretty crazy to see.
Yeah.
They start just having everything, and that's the thing, yeah, that like Amazon, they're getting into like the Amazon Flex and stuff like that, but for the most part they still rely on employees, um and DoorDash, they just have gig workers, which is that's why it's able to be so like quick. It's because they just have this you know process where it's just like it's just whoever's the closest and can get to something, um, just to make it the fastest it can be. Uh, that's like that's their whole thing. It's like just the fastest delivery. So yeah, yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see um,
Yeah.
how they grow that even more, because I think they will. I think that we'll start to see them more as like maybe even as like an Amazon in a way, uh, than just a delivery app.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really even thought of it like that, but I mean, it makes sense, especially think about the long term of
Yeah,
DoorDash, how they can grow even bigger. I mean, I feel like they got like they got the food market on tap. Like I don't think anybody's compete with them under is Uber Eats, but I mean I go
Right.
DoorDash first. Yeah, I guess it's probably a purpose thing. You know, there's always two. It seems like
Yep. Oh, yeah, exactly. Always two.
there's always at least two. What's the other one? Like Grubhub? I don't think is Grubhub still around.
Yeah, I think it is, but
It's definitely the
yeah,
least popular of the three.
I think so. Yeah, I
Uh,
don't know if they'll be around forever.
yeah, probably not. Hey, not the shit on them. I had a good
Right.
run, but yeah,
Yeah.
DoorDash. You know, Uber started off as cars, then went to food. DoorDash always been food. You think they
Yeah.
ever branch into cars?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like they definitely could. Honestly,
They got
that
they already got the setup for it.
right, exactly. Like that would probably be like the quickest market they could get into, honestly. It's just
Yeah,
yeah, they already have the drivers. I'm sure not all of them would want to do that, but I'm sure there would be um
yeah,
plenty that would. So yeah, I could definitely see that instead of yeah, just yeah, same I mean same thing actually, just dashers, you know. Get you a dasher to come dash you around.
that's that's why I wouldn't work.